This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Veltima Fungicide, the proven #1 for the toughest corn diseases. With long-lasting residual, when you need to be confident your fungicide will perform. I'm Allison Kinney. Now let's take a look at what's making agricultural news. President Donald Trump signed a proclamation to lower the USMCA Section 232 national security tariffs on some aluminum, steel, and copper imports by 10%. That action is seen as a response to U.S. agriculture and construction sectors dealing with higher costs due to tariffs. But then late on Tuesday, the U.S. administration announced plans to impose new tariffs of at least 10% on many U.S. trading partners under the USMCA Section 301. Countries facing these new tariffs include Canada, which alleges that many countries allow goods produced by forced labor to enter their export supply chains. Under U.S. law, the president has the power to impose tariffs if an investigation shows unfair trade practice is harmful to U.S. commerce. Such an investigation was launched back in March of this year. An announcement to lower tariffs on some steel and aluminum products, including some agricultural equipment and some residential heating and cooling systems equipment, would see a 15% tariff replacing the 25% tariff. Also making headlines today, Ohio beef producers will have the opportunity to learn more about the growing concerns surrounding tick-borne diseases during a series of educational programs hosted this summer by the Ohio State University Extension Beef Team. The program's titled Combating Tick-Borne Pathogens in the Cow Herd. Will focus on impacts of ticks and the diseases they carry. University experts and veterinarians will be available to answer questions. 3 meetings are scheduled for across the state. On June 16th at Muskingum Livestock, June 25th at J&L Cattle Services, and on July 13th at Federal Valley Resource Center. The meetings are free to attend, though organizers request that participants RSVP at least 1 week in advance. For more information and the RSVP link, please visit ocj.com. And rounding out the headlines today, don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Ohio State Wheat Field Day. Join us on June 17th at the Western Agricultural Research Station in South Charleston, Ohio, for a morning of timely wheat updates and hands-on learning. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast. Brought to you by Seed Consultants, simply better performance. Learn more online at seedconsultants.com.
A final fully dry day over most of the state. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update here in Ohio. We continue to watch moisture develop over Michigan here this afternoon, but it does look to stay out of the state until after midnight. Northwest Ohio sees some scattered shower action near midnight, and then moisture slides through the rest of the state through the day tomorrow and into early Sunday. However, we're only looking at about 60% coverage. I'm Ryan Martin.
Wake up, Ohio farmers. Ohio's Country Journal is bringing the coffee to you. We're stopping by rural coffee shops, diners, and your favorite morning gathering spots across the state. And while we're there, the first 25 folks through the door get a free cup of coffee, a limited edition Ohio's Country Journal mug, and the latest issue of OCJ, all on us. Want us to visit your hometown hangout? Head to ocj.com/coffee shop and sign up your local spot today. Brought to you by Leist Mercantile and Ohio's Country Journal, your source for Ohio farm news.
Ohio farmers, we know summer means long days in the field and plenty of work still to do. And the Ohio AgNet wants to bring lunch to your farm. The Feeding Farmers contest is back this summer, and we'll be choosing farms across Ohio for a visit from the Ohio AgNet, along with free lunch for your farm, family, and crew. Get entered today at ohioagnet.com/feedingfarmers. Feeding Farmers is brought to you by Ag Revolution, Paradise Energy Solutions, Tempty, and the Ohio AgNet.
Today's market analysis is brought to you by Louis Dreyfus Company. Excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Learn more about marketing your soybeans at LDC at 574-566-2113. Corn prices keep falling as selling pressure, strong growing weather, and big South American crops weigh on the market. Funds are pulling back from earlier bullish positions. Even with strong export demand, the overall outlook is bearish, though the markets appear oversold. Soybean prices are trying to stabilize after recent losses. Weak export demand and lack of Chinese buying continue to pressure the market, despite growing strong soybean oil demand, supporting the complex. Good planting progress, favorable weather, and large large global supplies are keeping the tone cautious and volatile. Now let's take a look at the markets. Brought to you by Seed Consultants, simply better performance. Learn more online at seedconsultants.com. July corn currently down 2.5 at $4.22. September corn down 2 cents at $4.30 3/4. December corn down 2 cents at $4.49 3/4. July soybeans down 1/4 cent right now at $11.29 1/4. August soybeans at no change at $11.32 1/2. July wheat up 2.5 at $5.84 1/4. September wheat up 2 1/4 at $5.97 1/2. Now looking to livestock, June live cattle are up 182 at $2.51. August live cattle up 237 right now at $243.90. June lean hogs down 95 cents at $94.35. July lean hogs down 245 at $99.15. September feeder cattle are up 385 at $353.92, and October feeder cattle are up 362 at $350.27. Thanks for joining us. I'm Allison Kinney, and you're listening to the Ohio AgNet.